Are you going to introduce this one or am I?
Good afternoon and welcome back to the Chatty 2.
And the gorgeous sunshine. If you're new around here, I'm Tony.
And I'm Louise.
And it's lovely to have you here. I thought today,
Bit of a change.
let's do it a little bit different and go in the garden. The birds are singing, the sun's shining. So we said to Lou, get your bits together. Come down and we'll sit and film a podcast in the
Nice
garden.
change in the garden though, isn't it?
Yeah, but what happens the minute I walk out the front door?
There's like big clouds.
There's a
but
big grey
it's
cloud.
still warm. It doesn't matter. It's
Yeah,
still
it is.
warm.
It's still warm, isn't it? It's nice. We're just enjoying the lovely weather. So what are we chatting about today? What's today's podcast? Are we going with the flow and seeing where we end up, or are we being more structured and organised?
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Lou needs a little tiny bit of time to think on that. But what do you think?
I think we were going a bit more structured, wasn't we? We were talking about. What was it we were talking
Well,
about?
we feel like, and it's important that you let us know if you feel the same way, that we should be a little bit more organised when it comes to the podcasts and how we chat about things, because we do go off topic quite randomly, don't we?
Yeah.
And bring a little bit of everything. But if you enjoy that style, then, you need to let us know. But I was thinking, collectively, we need to sit down and be a little bit more organised when it comes to the podcasts and how we want to convey our message. What do you
Yeah,
think?
well, we was saying a little chat about gardening, wasn't we? About all the flowers that attract bees and that.
Well, we're not going to be speaking about that today.
Okay.
Today we are going to be speaking about overcoming your fears, and because I think it's been a huge thing for us with menopause and hormones and everything else.
Yeah.
It's been a big thing for me. Probably not you, because you're not as fearful as I am, which is probably a good thing, because sometimes you need that balance,
I
don't
don't
you?
know.
Where
I don't think that's right. That I'm not as fearful as you.
you're not as fearful as me, Lou.
I think
You're
it
a lot
depends
braver.
now. I think it depends. It depends on what is happening or what it's about. I think if someone even if I could drive, someone said go and drive there now, I don't think I would, even if I could drive and I can't drive. But
Well, you can drive. You've took lessons
yeah,
to drive.
I know how to, but like to drive somewhere on your own quite far, you just take that as though that's your little home. You're safe in your car and it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do that. Like going on a motorway, big lorries next to you, things like that. That's quite scary, I think.
But that's only because I've done it for, 30 years. So almost 30 years, 28 years, maybe 27 years. So the repetition of it has become normal, whereas you could jump on the bus or the train to go into town shopping.
No, I don't really like that either.
Oh, don't you? No, I don't really like that either.
I was born to be driven.
In what? In what, might I ask? Driven
It doesn't
crazy
matter.
or in a big
doesn't
posh
matter.
car?
Anything.
I was born to be
Um,
driven.
Taxi, car.
Yeah? Oh, see, I
Aeroplane.
thought you would have just happily got on a bus with not being a driver.
I do get on a bus. I'm not on a bus. But it's not my first choice.
So,
It's not something like,
when you think about anything where it's limiting, where overcoming fear would be hard, what would that be in general?
to me.
Yeah.
Like I say, if someone said to me now, you've got to get on a plane, I'd find that I think I'd probably start panicking over if I had to do that on my own.
What about if you were with Richard?
No, that's okay.
See,
So I see what you're saying there,
Yeah.
yeah, because you have fears
You-
even if you know
yeah,
someone's there.
yeah. So it's having that growth to
Yeah,
overcome.
yeah, I
the
understand.
fears.
Yeah.
Whereas you can go, well, when I'm with Richard, I'm fine. Whereas
Yeah.
I can't. It doesn't matter who I'm with. I could be with the Queen, and I would still be like,
And
I'm
why?
not going to go on there right now.
Yeah, but have you ever thought why? What is that fear? What is it?
I've no idea. So I wouldn't even know how to tackle it to overcome it. And I mean, I'm pretty sure if anybody else has a fear of flying, I don't even think it's a fear of flying. I think it's the feeling of entrapment. I'm stuck on the plane. At the minute, like I can get on the plane and I can sit down. Don't get me wrong, I have racing thoughts and all kinds going through my mind and, thinking about brace and everything else. But it's the minute I know that they have closed the door and you can't go nowhere.
No, I know
you're
what you mean.
stuck.
I don't like, for instance, I've told you, lifts. I do not like lifts.
Don't bother me at all, lifts.
Do not like them. Claustrophobic. I've actually been stuck in one. It was only for about 5 minutes, but it felt like maybe an hour. I started,
Yeah,
couldn't breathe.
yeah.
I had a resident with me while I was in there. She was laughing her head off, thank God. She was telling me
You need that though,
she was
don't
telling
you?
me to calm
Yeah.
down. So something like that. If I'm with someone, I'll tell them like not to really breathe. Well, not to talk, not to breathe. Not
If you panic,
No.
don't breathe.
I will say if you're in a lift with me, don't really talk. Don't talk because you're taking me air up.
So you're air hungry. Don't steal my air.
So
it's
I
my
I
air.
understand what you mean about a plane because it's a bit like a lift because
Yeah.
you're locked in. Then you've got to shake your head. And
Yeah,
just
no.
go, you don't.
No.
So get on with it. So I think you just have to try and do that with things. I think like I'm taking my shoes off because
Take
my
them off.
stomach is all over.
All over.
So I've got to put my feet up. Anyway, no, you do think them things. You won't be the only one who thinks, oh, we're on a plane. And I can understand what you're saying about that.
I'd love to overcome it. And I think the only way to overcome it is the repetition of it, to go and do it. But
Yeah, to go and do it. And also when it does come to your mind, you can't stop these thoughts coming to your mind. But it's like when you said you read that book, The Secret. If you ponder on something too long,
Mhm.
it's there and it's going to make you worse.
Yeah.
You've just got to sort of
Switch it off.
Yeah. And
They
think about
say
something else.
when a thought comes into your mind that makes you feel uncomfortable or not nice, to pop it in a balloon and let it go and let the next
Yeah,
thought
exactly,
come in.
exactly.
It's hard though in the moment of it,
in
isn't
the
it?
moment, I understand that. But
Because you've been wanting to do the zip wire in Snowdon for so long.
and you know what's weird? Because another fear really now is fear. Because I'm going back to the zip wire, but my point of saying that, I used to love fear like yourself. Could
Fear
go on
crown
anything.
round.
Don't like it now. Wouldn't thank you for it. To be honest, when we went a couple of years ago, I stood there and watched most of it. But things like a zip wire, though, I would do that. See, so
know.
I like a different type of thrill, but not that.
So would you do one of the bungees where you'd have to be pushed off a cliff?
I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know. Am I the only person who feels instant terror at the idea of that? Even just the thought of it.
No, I know what you mean because you could have a heart attack.
Not even that. The fact that I might not come back up on the bungee. That's it. Bye, Felicia.
But you don't really come back up anyway. You just sort of hover down below.
I couldn't even contemplate it and say I don't know.
You just know straight out.
I just know straight out I wouldn't do it. I couldn't jump from a plane.
Have you thought about the zip wire? Have you thought more about that? Would you do it?
Well, no, but I feel I'm at that point where I'm I want to try and overcome my fears and not let them hold me back. And I'm scared of heights. I'm terrified of anything where there's speed, where I sound like the biggest control freak, and it's not even that. It's just I'm scared, genuinely scared, but I feel like you would need to overcome it. But then when it comes to that, I'd be like, I could have a heart attack on this, and I chose this moment to end it all by going on a zip wire with a fear of heights and anything that moves too fast.
Do you know what? There's other ways. You could die at any moment. You
could, and I suppose the best way to look at it is, without having to do the zip wire, there is other ways of building up to overcoming that fear. We could go on the waltzes at the fair.
See, the waltzes wouldn't bother me. They would be one that's okay.
I was actually expecting it to go, are you messing?
No, they wouldn't bother me. No, they don't bother me then. Because you used to say, spin me faster than you and things like that. No, they don't.
Spin me faster.
You'd scream. No, that wouldn't bother me. I'm talking about ones upside down, the one that shoots you up, then drops you.
No.
I remember going on one in not so long ago in Flamingo Land, and I really didn't want to go on.
Yeah.
And my son was pestering me. And as I looked, I read this little sign saying, about heart issues.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, look at that. So it's just, and he went, I know, but you haven't got them. I said, yeah, but you don't know. No, but you
It
don't
could
know.
trigger
You don't know
something.
your age because you
Yeah.
start thinking of your age, don't you? And
Yeah.
you really don't know. So
Maybe that's what it is then. Maybe that is exactly what it is. Because in my mind, when I think about fears and things that, or obstacles that limit me in any way, I always think to myself, I was never like this when I was in my 20s. Like, surely I haven't always felt like this. Like, I haven't always been scared of heights. I haven't always been scared of flying.
no, it is an age thing because you know more what can happen, don't you? You're not bothered when you're younger.
Yeah.
But what way to look at it is, do you know what? We could walk out tomorrow, get ran over. Hopefully we don't.
My dad used to always say that.
You
go out and get it by a bus.
Exactly. Hopefully we don't. But what I'm saying is, yeah, it's very rare. It's not when you hear of like someone like going on a zip wire and like it dropping off. Do you know what I mean?
Well, social media has encouraged a lot of fear, I think, and scaremongering in ways we would never have seen half of the things that we've seen. And I know sometimes it's not necessarily real. It can be staged for a TikTok or an Instagram reel.
Yeah.
You know, where you can get somebody's attention and draw it in and, you know, boost and work the algorithm, basically. Yeah. But little things that we see on social media can encourage the fear in us. Like, I remember seeing, now I love monkeys. I love monkeys, especially when you see them running and they jump on their owner and cuddle them. I love all that. But then I've seen monkeys where they're not the most polite to people that are coming past and
like
they
when you're
steal
on
things.
And just jump on you,
And people have recorded it for social media.
Yeah.
Now, if a monkey run at me in Knowsley Safari Park, I think I would run a mile with being terrified. But yet I'm not even scared of monkeys.
No, I know.
But social media has encouraged that through watching it, hasn't it?
I don't like flappy things either.
I don't like birds.
Like, I love birds. Now, I do love birds. I go, oh.
I love them, but I don't like them to flap by me.
I don't like magpies. I really don't like magpies. Nasty birds, them.
Nasty birds.
No, they are.
What have they done to you that's made you...
Oh, no, I've seen them once. It was really upset. They're terrible.
Denny says this.
They attack their own. They attack baby sparrows. They're just not a nice bird. Anyway, not even wasting my time speaking about them. But I do love birds, but I don't like them flying around me.
Yeah.
You know that, like, little...
It's when you're in town and all the pigeons are there and they're like...
Yeah, it's just like little
they look like they're going to land on you and everything. I'm like,
I do like birds.
Screaming.
I love, like, I have got little bird boxes now in my garden, so
yeah,
I do like them.
To feed them.
But when we went to Alton Towers, they've got a... have you been in at the back cave?
No.
Oh, it's been there a while now, so...
No.
That's horrendous. That is horrendous. I don't even know why I went in, because I'm a very screamy person anyway, aren't I?
Yeah.
And I had a coat over my head. I don't even know whose arm I was like clenching, and I couldn't see anything anyway. So I screamed all the way.
Random person
and then
in
things,
the back cave,
because the baby ones are fly low, so they hiss into you, and it'll say that. And every time I just felt something.
The bats fly into you?
You're going into a back cave, yeah. You're walking through where all the bats are flying around.
Well, you're never going to get me walking
you
through
mustn't have been there a while. But anyway, pointless me going because I had a coat over my head and screamed all the way. Ridiculous it was. And then they've got another one, a butterfly one.
Right. I'd like that.
That was nice until they come on me.
See, I wouldn't mind the butterflies coming on me.
No, I was a bit screamy with that.
No,
and then you've got to look in the mirror, you know, before you... And I don't know what
have you got to look in the mirror for?
To make sure you're not taking any of them outside, so they're not on your clothes.
Oh, right.
That's on the way out.
Yeah. So you know, I'd love that. I'd love the butterflies.
Yeah, no, they're lovely, aren't they? But I just don't like anything still flapping around me.
See, I don't like bees or wasps. That would be the end of me. As much as I love them being in the garden, like I've got flowers, the fuchsias really encourage the bees, which I absolutely love. But the minute I see one, you can guarantee I'm running a mile because I'm terrified.
They don't scare me. I'll whack them like away,
but whack them away.
No, I'll shoot them away. I won't hurt them. I'll shoot them away.
We had a bee's nest in the eaves in our kitchen extension a couple of years ago.
I think we've got a wasp one.
Oh, I don't know about a wasp nest. You've got to be careful with a wasp nest. But bee ones are fine. We rang up the...
I've got a fright then, sorry, off my own hair. Fell up my head. I thought, what's that on my arm? Yeah.
Yeah, we rang the environmental health, I think it was, and they said if it's a bee's nest, it won't cause any damage. And there's nothing you can do. You've got to leave them.
Yeah. Bees are fine. So yeah, you've just got to. I'm not brave. I'm not brave with anything. Like
I think with age, that comes with age, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We kind of lose that. What's the word I'm looking for? You know, when you've got no fear.
Courage.
Yeah, we lose courage as we get older. Definitely.
We lose courage because we're
And it's-
realistic. We're realistic to what actual.
We did hit record, didn't we? Yeah, I just had a moment where I was like, did we hit record? I'm like,
No,
oh
we
my
do,
gosh.
we do. You're more real, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're more real.
Yeah.
This was going back from a few podcasts ago.
Yeah.
When I was ranting. The ranty one.
Oh, yeah. About the cost of living.
With Virgin. So I have gone.
Oh, you've got an update?
Yeah. I've got an update. Got a little
Love
update. I've gone with BT.
Right. For internet.
Internet. Yes, Tony.
Internet.
Yeah.
Right.
And it is, I think it works out like 20 odd pounds. I'd say just under £30 less, 20 odd pounds.
So that's a huge difference,
Huge
isn't it?
difference.
And have you got the same, like, speed, upload
No,
speed, download
no,
speed?
it is a little bit lower speed.
But mind you,
But
you probably don't need it, do
I'm
you?
not bothered. I'm really not bothered. But I just thought I'd just like give a little let you know because
That's a huge saving.
when I told
£20 odd
Virgin, I
pounds.
told Virgin and they turned around and said, they must have been able to see what the offer I got with BT and
Yeah.
went, oh yeah, we can't even actually match that deal.
Really?
Mm. So for whatever I'm getting with BT, which I'm not going to make it up because I don't know and I'm not really interested,
Mm-hmm.
but for whatever I'm getting, this package wise, it is an offer that's on at the moment. Virgin said their deal for that would still be a bit dearer.
Oh
in the
my
40s.
gosh.
So
So they couldn't even match it well.
No,
That's
so
when you say, you know, I might as well
bye-bye,
move on. Yeah.
American Pie, yeah. So
Cheaper internet is on the way.
that's that one, yeah.
Lovely.
Keep knocking them down.
Yeah, lovely. That's something I need to do. I need to sit down and go through everything that I spend out on. Because we have like Amazon and Spotify and Netflix.
Well, to be honest with
and
you,
loads, isn't it? And
have
it all
you-
mounts up.
well, have you had a thing off my gas and electric have actually emailed me saying to take meter readings because it's all dropping down.
Oh, no. No.
Oh, yeah. So that's another little positive.
Right, well,
Yeah, we've
check
gone
your
on-
meter
we've gone on.
readings, everyone.
Yeah.
Check
But
them.
we have gone off top up, but that was my fault. Sorry.
But you know
Random.
what? Even that causes fear. Those electric and gas bills and the energy hike, that's causing fear in everyone. I think that's the majority of the fear is the cost of living and, you know.
And that is a positive. It's a good thing if that's
Yeah.
really happening. I mean, are they trying to kid us because, is it really coming down or is it
It's
just 'cause
got
it's
to.
warm? No, is it because it's warm? What you mean is you're dropping it because we're not using it.
yeah.
I thought
Everybody's
that one as
out all
well.
day,
I
leave
thought
all the lights
These
off.
people, they think,
Yeah.
they just-
But that's one positive, isn't it? You haven't got to
It
put the
is.
central heating on, you know. Hello?
What?
Who's waving?
Who is it?
I don't know.
Just wave.
Smiling.
Oh, it's little Lee.
Oh, was it Ollie? I was thinking, who is it? That's what we need to do. We need to create a little tick list of overcoming our fears.
Oh, that'll be a good idea.
And we've got to do it. And feel free to join in with us where we put them down like the zip wire, taking a flight somewhere, even if we just take a flight to London.
Yeah. Can you do? Yeah.
Yeah, I can just take a
How
flight to
long is
London.
it?
25 minutes.
Okay.
25 minutes. We've got to take a flight to London. We've got to do the zip wire and we'll write down a little list of our fears and tick them off as we go along.
Maybe might throw a little bucket list in Bali.
We
I'm
might
only
end,
messing with you.
could you imagine us on our 50th like Thelma and Louise in Bali?
Oh.
We done it.
Oh.
We done it. We got
lovely
brave.
Bali.
Look at us. Lee and Richards are like that. Hang on a minute.
Bye. Oh.
Lee'll be like, what? Oh, I can picture him now. He'd be lost without me. You've probably like, go on, love, have a lovely time.
Yeah. You would.
That's what we need to do. We need to have a little list where we are encouraging ourselves to overcome our fears, regardless of what they are. They can be the smallest little fear, but let's
Like we could start
overcome them.
off, I'll take a little video of it. Tony asking for help in the shop.
I don't know whether I could go that far, but I'll try. Where
That-
were we the other day? And
That's
you
part of
went,
this game.
you went, let's ask someone. I went, I'm not asking. Oh, it was to get to the palm house. We couldn't find the palm house on the park. Should I just stop and ask someone? I went, I'm not asking
You was
anyone.
closer. I had to lean across the window.
Excuse me.
So that can be part of it. That can be
Yeah,
like one of your first
yeah.
little...
One of my first little things. I don't have a fear of it. When I think about it, it's just that. She was busy.
You said
She
you
was
don't want
busy
to put
getting
people
undressed, wasn't she, after a walk or something, taking her shoes off or something, wasn't she? We put it out.
But this is
But she was more than happy to
because
oblige and
this
be
is
like...
how people meet people in life. You know, that could be, not us obviously, but that could be like your next
Richard and Lee will be like that. You dare ask for any help in the supermarket.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't think that you're putting people out because stories, half the time not happens from it because you're just asking someone for help. But I'm just thinking the bigger picture. Sometimes it was like people could like be, you know, where's that? And and then, you know.
You've been reading too many books. I don't think that happens in real life.
Oh, well, it should.
That's why there's plenty of fish and all those dating websites. Could you imagine it? I tell you, thankfully, I don't have to use them, but I would hate to have to be on dating websites now.
Oh, I know.
I've got a friend who uses the dating website, and she said, Tony, it will kill your hair if you knew what I had to deal with on these sites. I was like, don't even tell me.
I know. Oh, look, like, you know, putting a picture up of yourself and half of mine have all got filters on, like I said. But that's another thing that we'll try because I'm trying not to do filters. But
yeah.
half the pictures I find it hard because a lot of mine have. And then they go, oh, you didn't have that. I want to see you.
You look completely different from your profile
We haven't
picture.
got to worry about that anyway.
We haven't. We haven't got to worry about that. And
No,
you've
but
definitely been reading too many books.
Yeah, I'm going off on one again. So we're going like, this is what we do. This is what the way my brain goes. So
I think
what
people realise what we're like now, don't we? But the chatty too.
So what I'm saying is, you can't imagine if no one asked no one for nothing. How robotic would the world be? Well, it's already getting like that anyway.
I know.
But if everyone just went, you know,
I'll do it myself.
Walked in, you know, I'll look for. No, I couldn't be bothered.
The supermarkets would be chocker. Everyone's still just aimlessly walking around looking for stuff.
Exactly.
But to be fair, I feel like I've spited Sainsbury's. I don't go there no more because they keep moving the stuff around. So if I go to another supermarket now, because I'm like, I'm not dealing with that.
I've been sticking with Tesco. Going off on one again.
Well, I've been sticking with Marks and Spencer's, and I sound like the biggest yuppie ever, and I'm not.
Because
I told you, didn't I?
Yeah.
I spent 75 pence on the nicest loaf of bread I have ever tasted in my life. And I've tasted some bread. But it was 75 pence for a loaf, and it was lovely.
That's it. Yeah, that is it. Because
you see, I've been saving money by shopping with Marks and Spencer's. Never did I dream that I would say that. But I've been saving money.
Yeah.
And the food is nicer, I'm not going to lie. It's so much nicer. I want to know what you told me.
What?
Oh. So you may remember back on one of the podcasts a few weeks back, Lou said, you don't spend £5 on a block of butter. Buy it in a silver foil.
Oh, did you do
I
it?
bought Marks and Spencer's butter.
Oh, it's good. Did you like it?
It was £1.90.
Yeah. Lovely.
Oh
See
my
what
God.
I mean?
It is the nicest butter. I had it on toast. The only problem was...
saving?
Yeah. But the only problem was, and Lee loves it as well, now I want toast every morning because the butter is gorgeous.
Yeah, it is.
It's so
nice.
nice.
I could never go back.
I would not. I said to Leon, could you eat layer pack now? He went, no. He went, this is nicer than Kerry Gold.
And to be honest, I think it's healthy for you.
Oh, it's lovely. I got the, not Sainsbury's, Marks and Spencer's own butter in a block out the fridge for £1.90. Nicest butter ever.
Yeah, no, I've been buying butter just in the foil like that for a long time now.
Perfect.
The only, obviously...
You've got to get a little dish to put it in, but that's no bother.
No.
And it's nice and soft when you pull it out the cupboard, so
Exactly.
it's no big deal.
In the winter, you can't spread nothing. You've got, like, a clump in one corner. Because it's that hard, but,
But if it's on toast, it melts anyway, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does melt.
This is like, I've been reading these little facts. This is going on.
Yeah.
I'm not even on the same thing, but anyway, I love them. But I can't remember them all the time.
The important ones stick in your mind.
There was this one, right? And it's not got me thinking. It was a picture taken in France.
Yeah.
Was it France? No, it wasn't France. I don't even know why I said France. It was New York.
Right.
It was a picture taken in New York. And it was pointing out, it said something like, it was just a random picture of all these people walking down the street in New York. but not one man, I'm saying man because of the hair tonight, had no hair. Even at different ages. Do you know what I mean? They still all you didn't see like a baldy man
So not one man
on that
was
picture.
bald.
Yeah, it was a random picture. And only because this person whoever's put this thing up, this wasn't a fact obviously, it was just a picture identifying it.
Yeah.
But it said, why is nobody on this picture bald?
You might just have good genes.
The whole lot of them walk down the street. What I mean is, if we took a picture now today,
Yeah.
there's a lot of people like losing their hair. Do you get what I mean?
No. They just mightn't have baldness in their
No.
genes, maybe.
No, Toe. I'm going to try it. I'll take a picture just down a busy street, maybe town.
Do you know what you'll see on that busy street when you take that picture? Everyone like that.
No, but I'll be
On the phone.
I'll try and get above them
It
so
was
I can see the
upside
hair. No, but I just found I was quite astonished only because they pointed that out. I mean a full head of hair. I mean like they all wore hats as well. Like
But
they all
like-
had like trilby
They might have
style.
had bald patches like egg in the nest type though, mightn't they? And you just couldn't see it because they had a hat on.
Well, now you've gone and ruined that. Yeah, maybe.
And what was the fact about?
Well, it wasn't really a fact. It was just saying.
So
wa-
I've been looking at these facts.
No, yeah, so this was more like about a conspiracy sort of type one because it was like, why are people losing their hair? Why are a lot more people bald quicker? That was the point of the picture. Do you get what I mean?
All right.
Because back then...
Is that not
they-
what
so
you
on that
inherit
picture-
though?
Yeah, so on that picture there was age ranges of 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever they may have been. But full as weight, a lot of them.
All right.
But then today, it's not uncommon at all, is it, to see?
And when was the picture taken?
I think it was like 60s, 50s or 60s.
And it was in New York.
Yeah.
Well, I
On a
don't know
street in
because
New York.
in the 50s, it's funny you say it because my dad was born in 1947
Yeah,
and he weren't bald.
yeah.
Our John's not bald. Our Graham's not bald. Our Nicky is bald.
Yeah, did you say it's your genes? But
How mad though that John and Graham aren't bald and yet our Nicky is bald and Denny's probably only just going. But I mean, our Denny's 47, 40 and 48.
yeah. Did you say it's your genes? But say it's something in your food. You might be eating the wrong food.
Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know whether food's to blame. Maybe that shampoo, you could use that shampoo.
Why I went on to that? Because I went by, obviously, I've gone to Bussett years ago because of the plastic in the,
Layer pack trays.
in any of the margarines or so-called margarines, they've got plastic in, haven't they?
Yeah.
So I think a lot of food has things in. We don't really know what we're eating, do we?
We don't. And I think to make a conscious effort with regards to plastic is a good thing. And you're in my stomach.
I can.
How rude.
I thought it was mine.
I'm starving. I'm starving for me tea. But, I mean, I don't think we're ever going to get away from that because what can they put the food in if it's not in plastic?
Wrap it up in paper.
Butchers then, isn't it?
Yeah.
The butchers for stuff like that.
That's
and like
how
you
they
say,
done
the
it.
foil
It's all
for...
it's all the old-fashioned things, isn't it? It's all the things that they were
So
already doing.
you could be touching on something then because years ago, bread, butter and all of those things came in paper.
Yeah.
Wrapped up in
Yeah.
paper.
Yeah.
So, it could be that contributing
That's a
to hair loss
completely,
for men.
I don't even know where I went with that one, but it just came into my head.
One of Blue's random thoughts for today.
Yeah, I do get them quite often, you know.
Why are people going bald?
Not that it's a bother, you know. I think men, I've said this before, age a lot better than women anyway.
Do you think?
Yeah. Well, you know. Yeah, naturally, actually I do, and I'll stand by that, yeah. I think naturally.
I
they
see.
look better.
Again, I think it's down to genes. I think it's how well you inherited those good genes to age well, like fine wine.
Yeah, well, obviously there's that. But than women, I think men age better than women.
Mind you, yeah, in thinking of it, we can do things to
Naturally.
make ourselves look a little
Well,
bit better.
And we
Whereas
do,
in our
don't we?
natural form, it's like,
Yeah.
"Ugh."
Yeah.
I look in the mirror and scare myself.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
we put things on to make ourselves look a little bit better. So maybe, yeah. Maybe
Which
they
do you
do.
know what? So I'm laughing at me little lads there.
What?
Little lads. I'm just like, because we were trying to be more, we'll keep with it.
Be more
We
professional.
We floated off on I don't know how many subjects.
Well, you know what? We had fun, didn't we?
We did.
And we hope that you did too. So we're going to round this one up. That sun
We
is
are.
so bright. It's beaten right down into my eyes, and I thought it's too rude to put sunglasses on. Isn't that affecting your eyes, that sun?
Well, yeah, because I've just been facing this way mostly like that, haven't I? So
Right in my eyes. So what are we
Squinty.
doing then? We're going to write a list, and we encourage you to
We
do
are.
the same.
we are going
To conquer those fears and
simple, well, not things that you think might simple to other people like myself, but not to you.
yeah,
Tick them off as we go.
tick them off as we go.
Get braver.
And
Stronger.
definitely get braver. So who knows? We could be 50 in Bali on a beach somewhere recording our podcast for the Chatty too.
Lovely.
Like, look at us now. Look at us now.
Swim with
We conquered
sharks.
We conquered all of our fears. You swim with the sharks and I'll swim with the dolphins, eh? I didn't swim with any sharks.
So,
Oh.
if you've liked what you've seen and you want to think of subscribing, hit the notification button.
So you don't miss any of our future uploads. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up. You're like, what's next?
Yeah, I am.
Thank you so much for spending a little bit of time out of your day with us in the garden and the sunshine. Sorry that I was a little bit like this
It's meant to
halfway
be
through.
like this all weekend as well, though, isn't it?
It is. It's
Yeah.
going to be lovely.
So,
We could film some more in the garden if you enjoy it.
or give us topics, like you say. If there's something.
We've got some topics and we've been collating them for about 2 weeks now, haven't we? Where
Yeah.
we think it may be interesting to talk about, which we will speak about in the next podcast. And get your thoughts on what you think
on
of
what
us
they think of it,
creating
yeah.
those style of videos.
We have got a few
So-
yoga ones as well, because obviously we
Yeah.
we didn't get to go to the one
We've got
in the
those coming up.
farmhouse. Then we've got another one with Mandy coming up.
Yep.
So,
So we've got lots in the bag. Lots
Lots
and
in the
lots in the bag.
especially
So-
with our tick list.
Yeah. Get creating those tick lists. Let's tick our fears off, conquer them, and grow.
So, all have a lovely bank holiday weekend, sitting in the sun and relaxing.
That will be next week, won't it?
No?
This will be next week when this goes
Oh,
live.
for God's
We've got another one to go up. So it'll be next weekend. Oh, for God's sake. Have a lovely Sunday. We hope the sun's shining wherever you are, and we will see you all in the next video.
Bye for
Bye for
now.
now.